Alright guys, I just want to go over the importance of replacing every single injector if you fail the injector balance test. Now this vehicle had a number 2 dead misfire. We perform an injector balance test and we can see number 2 injector 32 psi, number 4 32 psi. Number 1 and 3 are both the same at 37. So if cylinder number 2 has a misfire, you might say to yourself, well, 32 has to be a bad value, so maybe cylinder number 1 and cylinder number 3, this is probably a good value. And if you say that, you're wrong. So I recommended the shop replace all of these injectors. The insurance company got involved and they decided to replace 3 injectors, which is probably to try to save some money. So the shop replaces injector number 2, which had the misfire, number 1, and number 4. And they leave the old injector in for number 3. So now the shop calls me back and says, we have a dead misfire now on cylinder number 3. And we can see right here, these are our history counts, dead misfire. But the question is, why do we now have a misfire on number 3? We didn't have a misfire before. So we go back, we re-perform the injector balance test. As we can see here, number 1, 2, and 3 were just replaced. And our drops are pretty much equal, 57, 58, 59. Now cylinder 3 shows it's not balanced. But why is cylinder 3 number now misfiring as opposed to before? And we have to understand how the ECM is going to trim the vehicle. If we have a dead miss on cylinder number 2, a fairly decent size restriction, we're going to probably run positive 30% on our fuel trims, give or take, and we're going to trim every single cylinder. Whether the other cylinders need to have that extra fuel or not, we're going to compensate the entire bank. So if cylinder number 3 had a slight restriction, which it did, it was getting overcompensated for it because of how bad cylinder number 2 was. Now that we replaced cylinder number 2, 1, and 4, that bank is not receiving that positive 30 correction on the trims. It's probably somewhere down to about positive 10, positive 5, and that's not going to be enough for this cylinder to fire with that slight restriction. Now we're going to see cylinder number 3 have an issue, and this is why you always recommend all of the injectors on that bank or that engine. Otherwise, you're going to have to take the intake manifold and fuel rail back off.